What's happening, my good people? It's your boy PKG Deluxe back with another vid on how I did. You already know what it is. So I titled this one, as you can see, it's read as "If I Had to Do It All Again, a True Technical Perspective." Why am I bringing or talking about this or times or things that I went through? All right, cool. There are many times that I've probably referenced, or if you have not heard me reference, I used to be a Best Buy sales associate, right? So I was the guy that would be out there during COVID, before COVID, and just had a load of expertise on like technology products and how good that stuff will be. Well, I mean, it had its ups and downs, so much so to the point where I realized I was trapped in it. Like, I name it this because I don't want you to understand that I'm not any different from you. There was a job that I was working at. If minimum wage is considered minimum wage, I made 13.20 something, I think, an hour, 25. And I barely got 40 hours every week. So it was like 32, maybe 33. So it wasn't like I made a lot of money while working there. It was just something to do to pass by the time. So if I had to do it all over again.
Shoulder arm. She won't hit you in the mouth.
So yeah, if I had to do it all over again, I mean, from start, that's where it kind of started. And I won't say it was the best experience in the world, but each and every holiday season I was dealing with something like that. Now, it's different from being in a call center to where the person can just yell at you. It's different from being in a place where they don't want to play a wrestling game match with you. So this was all because a person wanted to take out what they didn't have and run out of the store with products that we are not authorized to technically protect or either stop or defend or do any of that stuff. But in all legal action, it was just to really subdue the person and make sure that they didn't leave out with products. So why am I saying this? Do you want to be the person that has to go through that every holiday? I mean, think about the period of time that we're in. We're talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. At least those three holidays are back to back, right? And so if you're fighting not only with customers, you're literally fighting with people. And then you have to go to your home, residence, family, whoever it may be for the holiday season. Do you think the first thing you want to talk about is how you were fighting and getting your ass beat at the place of employment that everyone wants to go to during this same time? Like, you will develop some type of trauma when someone says Best Buy. You'll be like, I don't know why you want to go there. Like, it would really bother you internally if those were the mentalities that you had to live with. Now, no, I don't want to go back to doing any of that stuff. And I wouldn't choose to for anyone to have to deal with it. No, it's not like that as far as you moving up in the company, but at the same time, you deal with a lot of clients, people, whoever it's going to be that get disgruntled, and you never know how they're going to take that out on you. Now, that was a reference in time to where I actually had some help with taking someone down, but let's just say if that person would have had a weapon, I probably wouldn't have been able to get a video of that. That probably wouldn't have went the same way. So now I'm not obligated to protect myself because of the company. So it's just ways to think about this and how that all could have went. Okay. And I mean, I found better joy in doing stuff that was more soothing, at least going out and about and trying to do different things, but taking those same tech skills from inside the house to doing someplace else, I felt as though was most beneficial. So now, our first day on the job, we kind of look at and see how the roads are, how things are, and trust me, it's an eye opener when you're leaving at around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're passing by here, headed to my first job. I see the cop here, see the cop on both sides, and boom, it's an 18. Well, it just flipped over on his face like that. Man, no, that wasn't the best part of the day. Here's another one. Check this out. Now, I know I'm doing a pretty significant speed, but I see smoke. And as I'm getting close to the smoke, I'm wondering, what could that be? Like, it's on the side of the road. Is it a tree? Man, as I continue to drive by, whoosh. It's amazing. Somebody's front engine of their car is on fire. Amazing, huh? This is the first day out. First day. Now, I pulled over to make sure that everything was okay, but trust me, this was a huge debtor. The person was already out the car, but this was the very first day of leaving to go do some job stuff. Crazy, right? Almost makes you want to feel like you should have stayed in the house. This is what made me update too. So you can't get through here, ditch right there. You have to drive all the way around. You might well just have a boat there. Gotta open up the gate. That's a pretty little walk to where you gotta go though. West Side Street, Hobart Farmland. I don't know if they have a dog or anything. Well, that's the turnaround point. And this is the Little House on the Prairie. This right here. Little House on the Prairie. The double oven is this one.
Yeah. The thing that I'm worried
And that's
about
the
is
fan for it.
their gas.
Oh,
That
okay.
breaks, then I don't know how the heck I'm gonna deal with
Yeah,
it.
that's magnificent. The refrigerator?
Yeah.
And now you have.
I mean, like the,
This is also an iron now.
Yeah, that's on your griddle or your grill.
Mm.
You got a plate you can put in there, or you can use a big pan on it.
There you go.
Oh, it cut it off by itself.
Right. That's exactly what it did. So as soon as you punched it in, boom, that's what happened. Now, let's go the opposite direction.
I mean, home.
We're home. So, you have 60 seconds to punch in that code because someone just came into our home. And we don't know who they are.
Okay.
So they won't know why this is going on, but they'll hear it. So as they hear it, they're wondering. By the time that 60 seconds concludes, you're going to get a siren.
Okay. 6245.
Yep, 6245. Okay. So if you guys don't know, I used to be a worker or a sales associate at Best Buy. And in my time frame of doing that, I learned a lot of skills that really weren't a good niche to be in because I couldn't figure out how to monetize it for myself. So I knew a lot of technology products, most things and most people that really want to have into their household, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri, things that seem simple, or at least to me they were. But because you would have so many different groups of people who would just want to engage, deal with, or play with, or have some of the latest and greatest of technology, it also enhances the home for that person because that's something that they just want to have as a natural way of doing things now. So I learned these skills, one, by working in the store, two, by going to other people's houses and actually trying to do them myself. Now, in the midst of doing that, I learned a lot about what I was going to be and how I was going to be. I knew ultimately I did not want to remain staying at the company, only making about $15 an hour. It didn't really seem as best subjective to continue to always do. But with doing jobs like this, I managed to find a way to get paid for doing the services as I do them. So each and every one of these jobs, I'm able to get paid a difference for, which was cool. And later on, I found out that this may have been a better trade-off than not knowing anything about the jobs that I was doing at all. So I went from being someone that was working at Best Buy, getting slapped in the face during Black Friday holiday season, dealing with rowdy and rambunctious customers, to going into people's houses and kind of just being one of a one-on-one person that can help them out with whatever their product is and just aid them in the best way possible. Not giving too much problem issues with what they have, figuring out to the best of my ability, and learning that whatever I did not know before, I now know now just off of the attempt. So this really was a skills learning course for all of my time while being at Best Buy. And the cool part about it is, any and everybody can do the exact same thing. You just have to find some type of niche that you don't mind getting good at. Once again, I wasn't the biggest person that was out there doing a whole bunch of huge sales and things like that. I was a honest salesman. So if you really wanted something that you couldn't afford, I would tell you that. But here we're managing to make it so that we learn how to do something different in the midst of something good. And this skill that I did not know how to do before, I just read a lot because I was working at the place where we sold all these things. So now that I know how, or seen how, or envision how, it's just like, hey, that's a much cooler product than what I ever had thought before. And that's what really gave me the leeway to start doing these service installs like I'm doing. They aren't hard, they aren't complicated. And to be honest with you, they're probably a whole lot more time fulfillment than what I was doing before while working at the store. It beats having to get slapped in the face. It beats having to be in there hourly doing the service. So a lot of that is just out the window, and it leads on into, if I had to do it all over again, I mean, I do think I would have learned a lot of what I am doing and learning now. But at the same point, I think I probably would have been close, or if not the same type person that you would have gotten today, not too much different. It's just really trying to teach you about what you would do if you had a niche and where you would come from if you were trying to figure out a way to use your niche. This is one of those ways where I found that may be beneficial to someone else. Who knows? But it's just to give them the evidence to say, like, hey, man, if you're willing to invest a little bit into yourself, then you're more than likely able to get a lot done for yourself. So it's up to you to gauge how you want to judge your future. It's not anyone else. And it's all up to you on how you want this thing to truly go. So this is just one of the many ways where I ended up finding a niche for myself, and just trying to really stay solid on what this niche was going to be. So once again, I wasn't perfect, learned a lot, and I don't have to go back to doing that. No. Yes, we do. Get them out of here. My goodness. I'll remember the times. See you guys later. PKG Deluxe out, baby.